at Amarok Mitsubishi. My name is Nathan, and today we're doing a walk around video on this beautiful 2014 Volkswagen Amarok TDI420. Now this is a Trendline model and it is a two-wheel drive, and as you can see there are a few little goodies that have been actually added to the vehicle. So what we'll do is run through the condition of the car as well as pretty much what has been fitted to the vehicle. So taking a look at that front end now, you do notice you've got that blacked out bull bar. Looks quite good on the front end. It's going to give you that extra protection in the front of the vehicle. Doesn't seem to have any kind of brandings on there, but again, a bull bar is a bull bar and it's going to do the job just fine. There is an aluminium bash plate down the bottom as well, which is going to protect your radiator and pretty much the undercarriage of the vehicle if you plan on doing any four-wheel driving. Now, this car has had its timing belt done 6 months ago, so that's going to save you a bit of money, less issues for you to worry about. And just in terms of the condition on the front end, you can see it again, it presents quite well. Doesn't seem to be any damage on that bull bar itself. There are some grooves if you wanted to add a winch kit or driving lights, whatever it might be. Stone chips doesn't seem to have many, maybe some real minimal ones, which we have gone through the effort of touching up. And you can see the car is actually in that beautiful sandstone color, just presents really nicely. And with the black details such as the bull bar and the rims and the side steps, it just contrasts quite nicely with the vehicle. Now the car does come with pretty big headlights. You've got your reflector headlight in there with the indicator lamps fitted. And coming across the side, we'll note it does come fitted with a snorkel, so that's going to provide a lot of clean air through to the motor. And on the sides are some steel rims. Now the car I don't believe was used for four-wheel driving, at least not to my knowledge, but it was a work vehicle previously. It was driven between stores or between clients just to go meet them and sell products. Previous owner just moved out of the position, upgraded to a Ford Ranger, and obviously decided to move on from the Amarok. So that is kind of a small history on the vehicle. The rims are in excellent condition. You've got tread on those tires as well. Now as we look along the side, there are some side steps fitted to the vehicle. It's not a particularly high vehicle, but it is going to help get in and out of the car, and it's also going to protect the side of the vehicle from any possible stones or damage that could affect the sides of the car. The door mirrors, the side mirrors and the door handles have been color matched in that nice black plastic. Again, it's just to prevent anything expensive from getting damaged, and the indicator lamp is fitted just on the side there below the snorkel. Now if we open up the driver's side door and have a look inside, got the nice carpet floors, which again present in excellent condition. Sorry about that. And we've just got paper at the bottom just to stop the carpets from getting dirty. But carpets are very clean, nice grey seats. Again, these bolsters are in excellent condition, probably not very firm on this bolster, but these side bolsters and the others are in good nick. You can see there are no stains or damage or any tears that's particularly noticeable, and you do get your manual seat controls on the vehicle. The sides, this little inner door frame also has a black vinyl in there. That's going to protect the actual paintwork, so when you get in and out of the car, you're not actually going to be chipping off any paint. It's going to keep it looking good. And the door card again presents in very good condition. You can see there's not really much damage or marks on there either. But closing this up, you will note you got quite large windows in this vehicle. The car isn't actually tinted, so I would highly recommend you talk to us about our tinting options, especially if you're going to keep this for a family or even just yourself and you're spending a lot of time on the road. It's going to actually protect you over the long term or the ownership of the vehicle. Having a look in the back seats, again, carpets are very, very clean. It's just come back from a detail. Back seats in very good nick. You can see plenty of space. Doesn't seem to have any damage or marks that are noticeable in the back seats as well. Closing this up, having a look at that second rim. Now these steel rims will almost never be damaged just because of how they are set up, so they kind of sit quite tucked into the tire there, so no damage. The black gloss still stands out nicely and plenty of tread on those Bridgestone tires. As we come across the back, you will notice that it does come fitted with a canopy. Now it is a uni-ute canopy. It does have the tilt on this side. Actually, from what I can see, they are both a tilt side windows and also the back window obviously. And they are sitting on just some hydraulics. Closing this up, now you do get lots of keys with this car. Got the rear step with the scrub rails on the side. That is a TJM product with the TJM tow bar. And if you open up the actual canopy so you can have a look inside, you can see there is that tub liner, which is a genuine Volkswagen tub liner fitted in the back of the vehicle, and the rubber carpet mats for the floors on the inside of the vehicle. They've just been kept in the back here after the detail. There is a little bit of glue and things like that at the bottom. Oh, it's not glue, it's more silicone. And it does have the carpet lining just on the top half of the canopy, but it does present pretty well. Obviously the car was used as a work vehicle, getting around to locations and transporting things, so there might have bone things siliconed in, or not really sure what would have been fitted in the back there, but Other than that, the actual condition of the tub liner is in good nick, doesn't seem to have any damage. On the top here though, you can see there are some light dents, a bit of scratchings or markings just on the top of the tailgate, a bit of silicone. If you were to put some kind of plastic over that, it'll probably cover most of it, and it is also going to protect the paint, so it's a good option there if you are quite handy with these things. Closing this up, coming across to the passenger side of the vehicle, I will note as well there's a very, very tiny chip just in the back top there of that rear brake light. But this end, the condition again quite good, doesn't seem to have any damage. That third rim again in excellent condition. These are not going to be marked, so it's not really much point in going over those because they present quite well and there's lots of tread. Fuel cap is on this side, that will just pop open. However, when you lock the vehicle, this won't be able to open up. Side step on the passenger side of the vehicle doesn't seem to have any marks that I can see, and it does come fitted with the genuine roof rack, so if you plan on transporting anything on the roof, you've got that already fitted onto the vehicle, and that fourth and final rim completely unmarked, no damage. So you've got 4 rims with really no damage at all. You've got a great amount of room to, if you wanted to put any chunkier kind of mud terrain tires on there. Got the bull bar, the snorkel, and the bumper bar, bash plate at the bottom with the side rails and the rear step as well. And it is quite a nice Amarok. So what we'll do is actually pop the hood and have a look inside. All right, having a look inside the engine bay of the Amarok. Now, what we have here is Volkswagen's 4-cylinder 2-litre turbo diesel motor. Now, the car does come fitted with an 8-speed automatic gearbox, meaning it's going to give you a really nice smooth, lots of gears to shift through, which means extra boost, and also it's going to provide you with that torque and power when you actually need it. Now, this car is a 5-star ANCAP rating with 4 airbags, so lots of safety for the passengers in the vehicle. This motor produces 132 kilowatts with 420 newton meters of torque, which is that TDI420. This car, as I said, is a diesel car with an 80-litre capacity fuel tank. It does have a combined fuel consumption of 8.3 litres per 100, or an average fuel distance of about 964 kilometers off a full tank, but that is all dependent on how you drive. Obviously, that is a standard kind of generalized setup. Obviously, with the bull bar and all the accessories on there, that is going to vary. Okay, now having a look inside the Amarok, as you can see, it is quite a simple interior. All the fascia on the dash still presents quite nicely. It doesn't seem to have any damage or markings. Maybe some light scratches just on the passenger side, but other than that, it is quite clean on the inside. So starting off on the driver's side door, do get those fully electric windows both up and down. Now all 4 windows are fully electric. In between that is a window lock control, and above that is your side mirror toggles. Now, pretty much like all Volkswagens, if you flick the dial all the way to the top, that's actually going to activate your side mirror demisters. So being a European design, European vehicle, they generally will have this feature. Above that, near your door handle, is your central locking button, and on the right side of the dash is a dial for your headlights. So all the way to the left is going to be off, and if you flick that dial all the way through to the right, that's going to turn on your headlights. And down the bottom here are your fog lamp controls. Above that is your headlight height adjuster. And if you take a look at the steering column, on the right hand stalk here is, like all Europeans again, your wipers and washers, and on the left hand side is your indicators, both front with your high beam as well, and also your cruise control setting just on the little dial at the end here. And you can also control that, you can flick that with that button on top, and then you can set it using this dial buttons on the side. Taking a look at the steering wheel. Now the steering wheel does have a little bit of wear and tear here, nothing too major. It's not actually peeling or pulling, but just a little bit not as smooth as the rest of the steering wheel. But other than that, it still presents pretty well. The right hand side has some controls for the display in your dash there. That's going to show you your fuel consumption, your speed, travel distance, all those kinds of things. And you can flick through a few settings and also your audio setup for your head unit. On the left hand side is going to have your volume, your call and reject button for your Bluetooth connection, and also voice control just on the button down the bottom. Coming over to the actual entertainment system now, up the top here is a little small storage compartment with your hazards. There is also your rear driving light and also all the hard buttons for your head unit. So as you can see, it's got AM, FM radio. And if you just want to select a channel, you simply press one of these buttons here and it's going to flick through the channels. There is a CD input with USB auxiliary and an SD card built into the head unit. Below that is your AC. So you've got your cold temperatures on the left and heat on the right as usual. Fan speeds in the middle, and also the modes just on this dial on the right, as well as your AC and demister buttons located above that. There is a very generous storage compartment underneath. with a cigarette lighter or a 12-volt socket. However, don't encourage people to smoke in their cars. And if you take a look at the gear shifter now, you've got a pretty standard gear shifter, pretty consistent with most of your Volkswagens. If I bring this down into drive and actually flick it to the right, that's going to engage your sports shift system. So what that means is that'll allow you to control the gears manually yourself. So if you're maybe going up a hill and need a bit of extra torque, you can flick over to the right and drop a gear. It'll give you that extra power, or you can just leave it in drive. Car's going to do the work for you anyway. Next to that is 3 little buttons. So one for your stability control, your rear diff lock, and also your off-road terrain settings. So being a 2-wheel drive model, you do have the rear diff lock option. You've got 2 cup holders, a manual handbrake, and a nice leather center console armrest. If I lift that up, you can see there is a storage compartment just on the right hand side here, where you can pretty much keep books, wallets, whatever it might be. Now I'll get the camera person just pan around the interior to show you the condition. There is a sunglass holder at the top here. Just to show you the condition, roof lining seems to be pretty clean, probably a few little marks here and there, but other than that, it is quite a nice car, pretty clean on the inside. Back seats do have ISO fixed points from what I can see, and pretty clean example and a well-maintained car considering the kilometers as well. So what we'll do now is actually jump outside and wrap up the video. Thank you so much for watching the walk around video on this 2014 MY15 Volkswagen Amarok TDI420. Now, if you do have any additional questions in regards to the vehicle, the number to dial is 99070555. But just before I go, this vehicle actually qualifies for our premium mechanical protection plan. Now, what that will offer you is 5 years additional protection on 181 electrical and mechanical components of the vehicle, and that is also going to come with 10 years platinum roadside assistance nationwide. So again, plan on doing a bit of traveling, maybe you want to do some forward driving down the line or a bit of caravaning, there is great value in the service, and that is actually going to cover you up to 200,000 kilometers. Considering the car's already at 120, it's going to be handy to have that coverage. Now, this is at an additional cost. However, if you're using our in-house finance, would love to introduce you to our business managers, Julie and Mario, who show just some minimal diesel effective repayments. Now, lastly, but most importantly, make sure you jump onto Google and actually search up Berwick Mitsubishi and see what people have to say about us. With over 1,100 reviews and sitting at 4.8 stars, gives you the assurance as a buyer that you're dealing with the right people and the right kind of business for a good quality vehicle. Now, as I mentioned before, if you did have any additional questions, the number to dial is 99070555. My name is Nathan. Thank you so much for watching.